yeah, doing a twin flame reading. I've not done one of these for a while, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to do one. There's a lot of twin flame energy coming up in the individual signs readings, so I thought it would be interesting to see what comes up as a twin flame specific one, and then kind of, see if it cross references at all in any way. So, yep. Ooh, what have I got jumping out? Eight of Cups. Yeah, and so I'm just going to jump straight in and see what's what. If you want a personal reading, information will be in the drop down box as usual. And yeah, just going to jump straight in. So, energy for the masculines. Chariot. Fast forward movement. Determined action. Matches up the energy that we've got so far. It's also number 7 that I got in the personal readings, should I say. Personal readings, signs readings. So that's for the masculine. What energy have we got for the feminines? Three of Wands, active waiting. Waiting for those ships to come in, or waiting for that chariot to come in, as it were. So we could have an indication with these of distance over land and distance over water. So we could be looking at a group of twins that are separated by physical distance with this. I always pick up the horses on this card as well, the duality, the black and white, which I feel, I spoke about this bit in my energy update, because we're going through a lot of duality and polarity stuff at the moment. And I feel that this is why a lot of twins are coming together now, because it helps to bridge that gap and neutralise some of the energies and, raise the frequency. So I feel that's why this is quite an important time for twins at the moment. So, okay. So the masculines are in the chariot energy. The feminines are actively waiting. So what is the overall energy of the connection? Overall energy of the connection. Queen of Swords. So, in this deck, she says it's a time for career rather than relationships. I wouldn't necessarily say it's career, but what I'm feeling with this is that there's some truth that needs speaking between the counterparts, and that with this being the Queen energy, that this is the feminines waiting for the masculines to come back in and speak some truth. There's some information that you want, and what the feminines want, and that they're not going to be particularly happy till they get it. So if that's the energy of the connection, what are the current obstacles? Two of Wands. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So this speaks to me that the obstacles at this time is, I would say this is the masculine plucking up the courage to physically move forward. He's kind of thinking on it. He's not quite ready to take that action. It's like he wants to. That's the energy he's in. But the obstacle is, gathering up the guts to do it. So if that is the obstacle, what is the guidance? Got something turned. The Nine of Wands, which is That's like an energy of holding on, even if you're feeling sort of battered, bruised, a bit battle worn, a bit fed up. It's like stay determined and move forward. So for the masculines, this is kind of like, I think it's that final push, go for it, take that leap. For the feminines, this is kind of like, some of you may be ready to chuck the towel in. You know, you've been waiting on this information, waiting on this truth, and it's not been forthcoming, and feeling a bit ready to sort of chuck the towel in. But, you know, this is kind of saying that he's just needing that energetic push. 5 of Wands is just flipped over there, which is, it's like conflict and drama. So, there may be some conflict in some instances that somebody needs to overcome in order to take this move forward. So, if the masculines can follow, well, if both parties can follow the guidance, what is the potential outcome of the situation? What is the highest outcome? Strength and the 9 of Pentacles. So, strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence and forgiveness. So, this is, I feel like this is basically saying to the feminines, well, it's saying to the masculines that not to be afraid, because the feminines are willing to hear what you've got to say. And it's reminding the feminines to, you know, to sort of have that forgiving nature. All the time, you know, separations are always to teach something. They're always for a purpose. So there's been lessons to have been learned through this. And the 9 of Pentacles, it's like a wish fulfillment card. It could indicate working together. For me, the 9 of Pentacles can quite often be like a single feminine energy. So this could be sort of saying that this isn't a union energy as such. This is coming together to work through. We've got the 10 of Cups at the bottom as well. This is coming together to work through these issues that the Queen of Cups is talking about. So this indicates for me overall that this is like action. It's like taking some action to work out whatever was the cause of the separation in the first place. I'm going to pull a couple of clarifiers just to get a little bit more insight. Tell me some more about this Chariot that the masculine is in. Strength. He's plucking up the strength to do it. That's the Strength card twice. This is all about having learned lessons, and the Strength card is 11 in this deck, by the way. It's normally 8 in most decks, and it is in this one. But yeah, it's 11 in the Archangel Power Tarot. Switched places with Justice, I believe. Yeah, so he's just trying to pluck up the courage to make that move forward. There's been lessons, hard lessons that have had to be learned. This feels like a culmination point. It doesn't feel like union, but it feels like a culmination of a number of lessons and what's the word I'm looking for? Events that you've been through. And it's like are coming together to lay all out on the table. If that makes sense. Give me some more about the 3 of Wands, please. The Moon and the Knight of Wands. So there's some anxiety with the feminines. Perhaps a fear of the unknown. The Knight of Wands can be sort of a sexual energy. I feel like this is saying this is saying to the feminines to make sure that you keep this connection, you keep this meeting when it occurs to business. You know, keep it business-like, not to get caught up in the passion side of things, because there are things that need to be cleared up, things that need to be understood, things that need to be discussed and talked about. Tell me some more about this Queen of Swords, please. This is like to remind you, feminines, that you've got answers. There's answers that you want, and not to... I can't take all that. There's answers that you want, that you need, so to... Coming out in too many... Information about the Queen of Swords. So we've got a Ten of Swords. So there was some betrayal. You've been feeling betrayed in some way. You may need to speak your truth on this and speak to the masculines about how you feel. The masculines may be feeling the same way. I'm purely going on it being the Queen, being the feminine that's wanting the truth about something. But it is highly likely that the masculines are feeling the same way. So it's important to speak your truths on this, to clear up any feelings of betrayal or hurt or anything like this. Tell me some more about the Two of Wands, please. Seven of Pentacles. Patience. So the obstacle is it's building up that courage. I feel like the feminines are running out of patience, to be honest. But some may be needed just a little bit longer. So just sort of hold that space for the masculine while it plucks up the courage to come forward. Tell me some more about this Nine of Wands, please. Some more about the Nine of Wands. Queen of Wands. So that's standing in your power. Mustering up that energy to keep holding on, keep going. Remaining in your power more than anything. I mean, there's so much Wands energy here. It's, you know, like passionate, fiery energy. But I feel like there is a real need to kind of keep your head and work through. In order to get the best results, you'll need to work through the actual issues and, you know, really get to the bottom of what is going on in the connection in order to meet in the middle properly. So tell me some more about the Strength and the Nine of Pentacles, please. Six of Swords. So that's walking away from turbulent times towards calm shores. So I feel like this is a new start for the connection. But it's going to be very important to have those conversations. I'm not getting a feeling with this that it's going to lead directly to union. I get a feeling that there's a lot of clearing up of past issues with this, but it's still a good energy. Union can't occur until, you know, you're in the same place and in balance, so it's definitely a worthwhile point in the connection. So yeah, I hope that helps. Check out the individual signs for your sign and see if that tallies up with this in any way. And yeah, that's all for now. Thank you.